in his corner. I don't think he should be fighting at 127 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154. I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168. This is where I'm going.
So is that kind of a thing with like some of the fighters that are working with Turki Alalshikh now as they go over to Riyadh and you know, a lot of that is investing in the economy there. Yeah.
Oh no, I never met him. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. I can't really speak on his situation, speak on another fighter's situation. I'm just telling you my outlook on how. It's just my outlook.
Floyd Mayweather is planning to take his exhibition matches to the next level, following a meeting with Turki Alalshikh regarding a potential bout against Terence Crawford during the Riyadh season. This comes after Mayweather expressed his desire to settle the ongoing debate among boxing fans about who is the better fighter between him and Crawford. While Crawford is the only active boxer with a record close to Mayweather's perfect 50-0, Mayweather feels the need to settle the score with him in the ring.
Here's Terence and both guys clash out.
The debate over who has the stronger resume has also been a topic of discussion, but Floyd Mayweather is looking to achieve two milestones at once, earning a massive purse and settling the debate between him and Terence Crawford. His meeting with Turki Alalshikh had been long overdue, as both are major stakeholders in the sport of boxing. Mayweather took it upon himself to visit Saudi Arabia to discuss his exhibition plans with Alalshikh, with a fight against Crawford at the top of his list. However, a significant hurdle remains, as Crawford is keen on facing Canelo Alvarez later this year. But before diving into that, the meeting between Mayweather and Alalshikh began with mutual admiration.
No, Crawford would. No, Crawford. We have a thought about it. But our case, we can support to have.
His Excellency Turki Alalshikh has always spoken highly of Floyd Mayweather, stating that all fighters aspire to have a career like his, undefeated with 0 losses. This kind of career happens only once every 50, 60, or even 70 years, he remarked, just last month during a discussion with Carl Frosch. With Riyadh season joining forces with UFC President Dana White, Alalshikh has big plans to simplify the sport and create new opportunities for fighters and fans alike, where a boxer's worth is not solely determined by their number of losses. But what does Floyd Mayweather think about these new developments in boxing?
You and your size up Floyd, like, was I'm saying that we was ever keep it real.
Never. I'm never that type.
In a sit-down with Brian
Make, Floyd Mayweather shared what's currently on his radar, while also offering candid advice to the younger generation. During the interview, Alalshikh's name came up when Mayweather discussed the importance of making local investments and growing businesses within one's own country. Mike then mentioned His Excellency and the growing trend of fighters moving to Riyadh for better paychecks. However, the undefeated 50-0 boxer didn't seem particularly concerned about this trend. When asked about it, he simply stated, "I don't know, I've never met him. He seems like a pretty cool guy." While Mayweather doesn't have a strong opinion on Alalshikh or the fighters competing under Riyadh season, he made it clear that he can only speak from his own perspective.
Always been happy for him, been saying of him, and I never imagined us fight. I never looked at him like
I can't really speak on his situation or another fighter's situation, the 47-year-old Mayweather added. He emphasized that his focus remains on his own investments and guiding the younger generation, encouraging them to make smart financial decisions for their future. But what sparked the conversation about Turki Alalshikh in the first place? During the same interview with Brian Make, the boxing legend was also asked about his health regimen and the lessons he has learned from his storied career. In response, Mayweather offered insightful reflections, emphasizing that health is the real wealth. He explained how his dedication to fitness led to the creation of his own supplement line and fitness gyms, which he is now expanding globally.
On my investments, and giving the young generation some advice.
For sure. And obviously, your story is 100% a success story. You know, people know about, like, you know, rapids, and to see where you came from and where you are now is 100%.
Well, it wasn't just growing up. I had a chance. My mother, her family is from
After
Jersey.
retiring, Mayweather was frequently asked about the vitamins and workouts that kept him in peak condition, which led him to develop his supplement line, One of One. When asked why he created it, his answer was simple. People are dying. Very, very early, he stated. In addition to health and fitness, Mayweather spoke extensively about his investments, particularly in real estate. He urged the younger generation to make smart, accessible investments that offer a reasonable return. His real estate venture, V Properties, is a prime example of how he is actively giving back to his home country. Offering advice to young investors, he emphasized, if you invest in anything, you need to be able to reach your investment within a certain amount of time. Mayweather also explained why he prefers investing in the United States, because he understands its laws and regulations, unlike foreign markets that are often subject to unpredictable legal changes.
as well as New York, and Florida. So when I was a kid, I would go back and forth. A lot of time in Jersey, some time in New York. Then I go back to Grand Rapids. So born and raised in Grand Rapids, but spent a lot of time in Jersey as well as New York when I was young. Also.
Yeah, gotcha. So, talking about career, and I think a lot of that does tie into what you're doing now, and I'm sure there's
Mayweather believes this approach allows for more secure and predictable returns. I try to invest in my country. I try not to invest in another country because the laws may change. I know the laws where I live and where I was born, the 15-time world champion asserted. He and Turki Alalshikh share one key trait. They are both smart investors, not just in various ventures, but also in the sport of boxing. During this time, Terence Crawford and Alalshikh were actively working to make the Canelo fight happen.
Is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation.
In the past, when discussing a potential fight against Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez demanded $110 million, while he asked for $200 million to face David Benavidez, a fight he considers riskier due to the size difference between them. When asked about the payout he would require to fight Crawford, Canelo told a reporter he would need $150 million. It remains unclear whether this was a serious demand or mere posturing. Additionally, it is uncertain whether this response influenced Alalshikh's decision to abandon efforts to arrange a Canelo-Crawford Superfight.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel, man.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones.
Those familiar with the boxing world understand that setbacks are a common part of fight negotiations. However, if both sides genuinely want the fight, it can, and eventually will, happen.
He want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his
promoter interest, Canelo Alvarez has seemingly downplayed the possibility of a mega fight with Terence Crawford. While speaking with the media, he explained his reasoning behind demanding $150 million for the fight.
Crawford needs to fight Teofimo first, and then we'll see, right? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not asking for that fight. They wanna make that fight because it's a payday, obviously. But I don't want that fight. I think Teofimo deserves more than me.
He's the king at 140 right now.
Yeah.
Turki has said that he's not in.
Canelo Alvarez acknowledged that Terence Crawford is a great fighter and a legitimate risk, but stated that if the money is right, the fight could happen as soon as tomorrow. However, a $150 million fee would require a massive gate for promoters to generate any revenue, and Turki Alalshikh is well aware of this. Taking to his X handle, Alalshikh dismissed Canelo's demand, stating, "I heard Canelo said he respects me but doesn't like the way we do business. As for his respect, it doesn't matter to me whether he does or not. As for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights at fair prices. So, of course, anyone who prefers easy fights won't like that." That's not all. Alalshikh also questioned Canelo Alvarez's credibility as a fighter, accusing him of seeking easy fights. I know how he feels after losing to Bivol, and he's been looking for easier fights ever since. I'm not the one afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with unrealistic demands for money that can't be paid, Sheikh stated. He further emphasized his commitment to organizing major fights that benefit the boxing world, while suggesting that Canelo is more focused on easy, spectacle-driven
In the
matches.
fight anymore. What's your reaction or your response to that?
Yeah, wait, take it easy. My response to Turkey is this. Yesterday, they text me. They text me and say, we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford. Yeah. They call me, they text me yesterday, and I say, look, I'm not gonna talk about any other fight. I'm
The
focused on
situation was disheartening for Terence Crawford, who viewed a fight against Canelo Alvarez as the biggest opportunity of his career and a chance to secure his highest payday. After months of stalled negotiations, Canelo has now agreed to a $100 million purse.
Canelo's going back and forth with Turkey, and if that fight is off the table, are you really motivated still by becoming undisputed at 54? And yeah, like what?
There is no doubt that Terence Crawford is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. After becoming a 4-weight world champion in August by defeating WBA super welterweight champion Israel Madueño, Crawford has cemented his place at the top, with endless opportunities ahead in the boxing world.
What's the biggest motivating goal or fight out there if the Canelo fight just can't happen?
To be honest, that was my motivation.
The American has been linked to several big names for his next fight, including unified super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. Since making his Riyadh season debut against Madueño, these fantasy matchups have become more realistic. However, fans will have to wait a little longer to see Crawford back in the ring. Appearing on DAZN's Ariel Helwani boxing show, His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, the man behind the Riyadh season events, revealed that while Crawford was considered for the recently announced card, he will now have to wait until later in 2025 to return. I tried and pushed to make this fight happen, but Crawford is not ready, Alalshikh stated.